traction reported in South Africa, our very slow economic growth expected this year is affecting the whole of sub-Saharan Africa. Now, moving north of our border, Zimbabwe's liquidity crunch and lack of competitiveness against South Africa, as well as the falling rand, could put further pressure on Zimbabwe's economic growth this year. This as the Zimbabwean government confirmed yesterday that 2015 economic growth would halve to around 1.5% on the back of drought and weak commodity prices.
The International Monetary Fund said on Wednesday that the country continues to operate under difficult conditions, restricting economic growth.
The mining, we have to see how the rest of the year is going. Then the winter season, in terms of agriculture, we don't know yet exactly, how good it was. But obviously, there are always risks to that. And then, there is, the liquidity situation, credit, access to credit.
Under the watchful eye of the IMF, Zimbabwe has begun reforming its economic policies. But the global lender believes it might take longer than expected for those reforms to bite. South Africa's falling rand is a new cause for concern.
Competitiveness vis-à-vis South Africa to some degree depends on the exchange rate vis-à-vis the rand, which has been depreciating against the US dollar. So that sort of complicates things a little bit. And these are all factors, depending on how it continues, that may pose risks to that outlook.
An IMF team will arrive in Zimbabwe this week on a 2-week mission to review progress on economic reform targets under the Staff Monitoring Program. It will be the second stage of the short-term review program aimed at restoring Zimbabwe's borrowing rights with the global lender. The IMF suspended lending to Zimbabwe in 1999 after the country defaulted on loan repayments. It currently owes $111 million.
It's about $150,000 a month. Zimbabwe's government is making regular payments to the IMF. We call it token payments, which is an important ingredient into finding a solution to the arrears.
The IMF says Zimbabwe has met the S&P's first review targets and is on track to meet the second set of targets. Shingai Nyoka, SABC News, Harare, Zimbabwe.